After basing his whole 2017 presidential campaign on anti-bribery and corruption, using Jacob Zuma as a scapegoat, in 2018, Cyril Ramaphosa would be accused of bribery and corruption himself. Molweni bahlali, masingene emxholweni. In November 2018, after Cyril Ramaphosa was elected president of South Africa, then DA leader Mmusi Maimane questioned Cyril Ramaphosa about a 500 Rand payment that was made to his presidential campaign the previous year by BOSASA. Initially, Cyril Ramaphosa said that the donation was not actually a donation and that the 500 was paid to his son, Andile Ramaphosa, for legitimate consulting work for BOSASA, of course. And then the same week, Cyril Ramaphosa would write a statement to Parliament recanting his initial verbal statement that the money was for his son's business. In this written statement, he would clarify, saying that indeed the 500,000 from Busasa was actually a donation made to his CR17 presidential campaign. And in the same written statement, he would say, and I quote, I was not aware of the existence of the donation at the time that I answered the question. And to rectify the error, he would actually volunteer to pay back the money to Busasa, the full amount. Another person who didn't believe Cyril Ramaphosa is the then public protector, Busisiwe Mkhwebane, because she was like, what do you mean you are retracting your statement? And this looks like conflict of interest. Matter of fact, why did the flow of funds go through your lawyer's trust accounts? And this is a potential money laundering and, of course, conflict of interest. So Busisiwe went on her own investigation, and she would later find Cyril Ramaphosa guilty of misleading Parliament when it came to the administration of these funds. However, because Cyril will never take anything lying down, Cyril decided to get the judiciary system involved and lodged an urgent appeal into the findings of Busisiwe, the public protector. And then in March 2020, the High Court ruled in favor of Cyril Ramaphosa. The judges actually determined that the National Protector acted unlawfully because the CR17 funds were of private and not public nature. Basically, it's not our business. And then in 2021, the EFF and the public protector actually tried to appeal the court's ruling through the Constitutional Court. However, this appeal was actually denied on the same grounds that this was a private matter. Like Cyril Ramaphosa's got friends in high places, obviously. That's why this went away. But I honestly don't believe that this was a private matter. It is a public matter and of public interest. And to say that Cyril Ramaphosa didn't like the public protector after that is an understatement, because in 2023, she would be ousted. Sorry, Busisiwe, you tried, girl, you tried. Otherwise, what do you guys think? Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye.